What is Spring Boot? Spring Boot is a project that is built on the top of the Spring framework. It provides an easier and faster way to set up, configure, and run both simple and web based applications. It is a Spring module that provides rapid application development feature to the Spring framework. It is used to create a standalone Spring based application that you can just run because it needs minimal Spring configuration. Spring Boot is Spring Framework plus embedded HTTP servers Tomcat Jetty minus XML Bean configuration or at configuration is equal to Spring Boot. Spring Boot means if you add embedded HTTP servers Tomcat or Jetty to Spring Framework and remove the XML Bean configuration or at configuration, then it is called Spring Boot. In Spring Boot, there are no requirement of XML configuration. It uses convention over configuration software design paradigm. That means it decreases the effort of the developer. In short, Spring Boot is the combination of Spring Framework and embedded servers with no requirement of XML configuration. We can use Spring SSTS IDE or Spring Initializer to develop Spring Boot Java application. Why should we use Spring Boot framework? We should use Spring Boot framework because the dependency injection approach is used in Spring Boot. It contains powerful database transaction management capabilities. It simplifies integration with other Java frameworks like JPA, Hibernate, ORM, Struts, etc. It reduces cost and development time of the application. Along with the Spring Boot framework, many other Spring sister projects help to build applications addressing modern business needs. There are following Spring sister projects are as follows. Spring Data. It simplifies data access from the relational and NoSQL database. Spring Batch. It provides powerful batch processing. Spring Security. It is a security framework that provides robust security to application. Spring Social. It supports integration with social networking like LinkedIn. Spring Integration. It is an implementation of enterprise integration patterns. It facilitates integration with other enterprise applications using lightweight messaging and declarative adapters. Advantages of Spring Boot. It creates standalone Spring application that can be started using jar. It tests web application easily with the help of different embedded HTTP servers such as Tomcat, Jetty, etc. We don't need to deploy WAR files. It provides opinionated sister forms to simplify our Maven configuration. It provides production ready features such as metrics, health checks, externalized configuration. There is no requirement for XML configuration. It offers a CLI tool for development and testing the Spring Boot application. It offers number of plugins. It also minimizes writing multiple boilerplate codes, the code that has to be included in many places with little or no alteration. XML configuration and annotations. It increases productivity and reduces development time. The goals of a Spring Boot are to provide opinionated development approach, avoids defining more annotation configurations, avoids writing lots of import statements, avoids XML configuration. By providing or avoiding the above points, Spring Boot framework reduces development time, development effort, increases the productivity. Prerequisite of Spring Boot. To create a Spring Boot application, following are the prerequisites: Java 1.8, Maven 3.0 plus Spring Framework 5.0 build snapshot. An IDE is recommended. Spring Boot features: web development, Spring application, application events and listeners, admin features, externalized configuration, property files, YAML support, type safe configuration, logging, security. Spring Boot features web development. It is a well-suited Spring module for web application development. We can easily create a self-contained HTTP application that uses embedded servers like as Tomcat, Jetty, or Undertow. We can use the Spring Boot Starters web module to start and run the application quickly. Spring application Spring application is a class that provides a convenient way to bootstrap a Spring application. It can be started from the main method. We can call the application just by calling a static run method. Application events and listeners. Spring Boot uses events to handle the varieties of tasks. It allows us to create factories like that is used to add listeners. We can refer it to it using the application listener key. Always create factories files in meta folder like meta factories. Admin support. Spring Boot provides the facility to enable admin related features for the application. It is used to access and manage applications remotely. We can enable it in the Spring Boot application by using Spring Application Admin Enable property. Externalized configuration. Spring Boot allows us to externalize our configuration so that we can work with the same application in different environments. The application uses YAML files to externalize configuration. Property files. Spring Boot provides a rich set of application properties, so we can use that in the properties file of our project. The properties file is used to set properties like server port and many others. It helps to organize application properties. YAML support. It provides a convenient way of specifying the hierarchical configuration. It is a superset of JSON. The Spring application class automatically supports YAML. It is an alternative of properties file. Type safe configuration. The strong type safe configuration is provided to govern and validate the configuration of the application. Application configuration is always a crucial task. We should be type safe. We can also use annotation provided by this library. Logging. Spring Boot uses common logging for all internal logging. Logging dependencies are managed by default. We should not change login dependencies if no customization is needed. Security. Spring Boot applications are Spring basis web application, so it is secure by default with basic authentication on all HTTP endpoints. Prerequisite. Before learning Spring Boot, you must have the basic knowledge of Spring Framework.